Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength, not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory. We give you peace. We give you honor. We give you blessing. We give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you. The fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes You O Cubed. It's one-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad to have you with me on today. Yes, on this fine day, it is Friday, y'all. It's Friday. It is October the 29th in the year 2021. And I don't know about you, but I'm happy to be here. My goodness, it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. So we're going to get this party crack-a-lacking, y'all, because we got some good stuff for you in store on today. Yes, it's not a trick, but it's a treat. We've got a treat of DJWildRoseOnyxHeart that's going to be coming in later on in the hour, later on in the stream to share her testimony of victory and healing. And I'm excited to hear that on today. As she said, she was provoked even as Crazy Berrytown on last Friday. Y'all remember that? Oh my God, you know, she blessed the Lion's Den in a phenomenal way. And out of that, my sis said she really felt like she wanted to share her testimony. So she's going to come in a little bit later in the stream and do just that for us on today. I tell you, every time we get a victory, every time we hear and see something going on in the Lion's Den that's worthy of some lifting it up. Because listen, if he did it for one, he'll do it for another. And I'm here to tell you. So get ready. We got a treat for you, not a trick. And yes, as we come in on today, I'm also excited. Later on this afternoon, my reboot crew, they're going to be coming in, and I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because you know I will forget. My reboot crew will be coming in. That's Phoenix, Leor, and Shelly at 2:00 today, y'all. Listen, put your costume on, take a pic of yourself and send it in. I want you to be able to enter into the Halloween costume contest, and we do have prizes for those that enter in, and for the winner. This is something the girls decided they wanted to do. And so listen, we're going to allow this to go through Sunday as far as the pictures coming in. You got all the way through Sunday evening to be able to take a picture of yourself. Now, I would guarantee, or I would suggest rather, to guarantee that we get it in time. If you can take that picture of yourself now and get it in, the earlier the better. But we also understand some of y'all get so elaborate with that thing, you're not going to want to do it twice. So if you get dressed up on Sunday, send us a picture of yourself dressed up Sunday, and the winner will be announced next Friday in the stream. But we want to see what you got. Show us what you're working with. And I am looking forward to that on today. Now, Lord Jesus, listen, drum roll, please. Oh, that's the wrong one, y'all. I done went to the wrong. I had it set up. I hit the wrong button, y'all. No. This ain't the Titanic. The ship ain't sinking, y'all. The ship ain't sinking. Here we go. Would you hurry up with it? Come on, flute. Hurry it up. Okay, thank you. Now, I do want to get a drum roll, please. There is a shakeup. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? There is a shakeup in the Lion's Den this morning. I'm telling you. I want you to pay attention because something has happened in the Lion's Den that I'm just clutching pearls. I appreciate those of you that come in here
every morning and make that run for Grandpa Holmes's chair. That song, I know it cracks me up too. That's why I put it in there. Kim Possible. Yes, there's a shakeup in the Lion's Den. There's a shakeup in the Lion's Den. The second runner up that got some love in the Lion's cheeks, and got their lips, hips, and fingertips. Kim Possible. Yes, Kim Possible, girl, you got that second spot, and we want to congratulate you. You did that thing. You did that thing. You did it. Yes, you did it. I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate you. You get a spot on the love seat in the Lion's Den. Now, the first runner up, and y'all know I can't fix this because that's why we went to this particular setting, so that I whoever gets in there first gets in there first. Y'all clutch your pearls, clutch your pearls, clutch your pearls, clutch your pearls, because I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. The first runner up to Grandpa Holmes's chair. Shelly Thunder, you are the runner-up, and you get that seat on the love seat in the Lion's Den. Come on here, Shelly Thunder. You did that, Shelly. You did that. This is my girl, y'all. This is my girl. I appreciate you. Listen, I told y'all she is the queen of the chair. She is thunder and lightning, y'all. She does it all. She does it all. She does it all. I'm trying to tell you, she does not play. And listen, she is a beautiful soul. I just love Shelly Thunder. She's a blessing to me. And I'm just shocked, stunned, and amazed. I'm just shocked, stunned, and amazed. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. At the end of the day, thank you for always being so conscientious to get your lips, your hips, and your fingertips in Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now, let's pay attention, y'all. Pay attention, because the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair is none other than Two Tambourines MCP 812. Good morning, Two Tams. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. You did it, girl. You did it. You did it. You were running. She was saying, I'm running for my life. I'm running for. She was running for that chair, y'all. And when she came to herself, her lips, her hips, and her fingertips were in Grandpa Holmes's chair. We're going to give it up to you, dear. We're going to give it up to you. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, my goodness. The house, the Lion's Den is shocked, stunned, and amazed. I tell you what, Two Tambourines, listen, Two Tambourines wasn't playing. And she got her praise on this morning. And she successfully dethroned Shelly Thunder for the Lion's Den. So I tell you what, this is just, it's too much. It's too much. The excitement this morning almost took me out, y'all. It just almost took me out. And yes, for everybody that wonders why do we call her Two Tambourines? There she is. Because when mother comes to the house of the Lord, you see the dove on one side with the jingles on it. You see the fish on the other side with the jingle on it. Mother literally comes to church with two tambourines and she plays them both at the same time. That's why we call her Two Tambourines. You did it this morning. Your praise got you in the chair. That, beloved, is Two Tambourines, and she did that thing this morning. So congratulations to you. It's a shakeup, Kim Possible. It's a shakeup. Oh my goodness. I'm clutching pearls. I'm clutching pearls. I'm clutching pearls. Let me see, Shelly Thunder, what happened to you, baby? You felt that the next person that came from it wasn't gonna turn out well for him. I see that tambourine floating. Yes, Kim Possible. She praises the Lord with both tambourines. And that ain't no joke. That's a real story. That's the real deal. That's why we call her two tambourines. Mel, it's not a conspiracy, sis. It's just you got to get. Now, you were in the running. You were close, Miss Fabulous. You were close. But listen, Kim Possible, Shelly Thunder, and Two Tams beat you this morning. I got it right here. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right here on my screen. Now, listen. Two Tams came in at 12 o'clock a.m. sharp. And then I see that Shelly Thunder came at 12 a.m. sharp too, but just a few seconds behind Two Tams. So I'm telling you, that chair is hot. Y'all, this ain't no joke. That chair is hot. And then Kim Possible came in at 12:01. That's how close that thing was. 12 o'clock in some seconds and 12:01. That's how they got them chairs. I'm going to tell you, Mel, it wasn't no conspiracy going on, baby. They got their lips, their hips, and their fingertips in that chair, baby. And that's all I know. Now, you did a good run for me, Miss Fabulous, because I see you came in at 2:42, but baby, you was like 2 hours later. But you were there. I ain't mad at you, sis. You were there. You were coming. You were coming with gangbusters. But you just didn't make it this time, sweetheart. Next time. Better luck next time. But listen, I appreciate you guys. You guys just make my day. Every time I come in here, it just blesses me. Now, let's get this party started and let's get this party crack-a-lacking, because we got a ways to go here. And as I said, we've got DJ WildRoseOnyxHeart who's going to come in and share her testimony at the end of the stream. And we definitely want to get our hearts and our minds prepared and ready for her to come on up in here. So listen, you know how we do it. Get your coffee cups out. Let me look over here and say good morning to everybody. I want to say good morning. Here we go. You my girl. You still my girl. Shelly Thunder. Up above my head, I hear thunder in the air, and there must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. Good morning, Kim Possible. I see you in the Lion's Den. Come on in here and roar. Yes, that's my pastor from the ATL, and I like to say, oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven, and anything is possible when Kim Possible's in the room. I see you. DJ Onyx Heart, come on. I see all 20 of your coffee cups. Yes, Coffee Ministry is in the house, all 20 of them. And listen, I also understand it. We do this. We got to do it every day, don't we? We got to break at least one cup like the Russians do it. Do like the Russians do when they break that glass. 19 coffee cups left. Come on in here, DJ Onyx Heart. Good morning, Stacy 546. I see ya. Come on in the room. The Gift, Nathan Lamont. That's my baby. That's my squalling baby. I appreciate you for being in the Lion's Den this morning. And I appreciate you. Yes, I do, every day of my life, because you just a blessing to me, baby. And you know I love you. Come on in here, Mel Holiday. And she comes in drinking wine. Yes, she comes in sipping from the alcohol cup every morning. She ain't got no coffee cup. She just comes straight on in drinking. Is she a wine bibber? She comes on in here just sipping and lipping. Now, I appreciate you though, Mel. I appreciate you and I love you. BTD Mom, that's my sis. That's my girl. That's my support. I'm telling you what. I see you in the Lion's Den and I love you and I appreciate you. Stacy 546, come on in the room, sis. That's my sister from another mother. And I appreciate you for taking the time to stop by and just say a little something to us in the mornings. Truck driver 57 is my Mufasa and he's in the room, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in the room. I appreciate you, my sir, my friend. And sir, I just want to say thank you for coming in the room. Now I'm rolling on up. I see you. Kai Chick is in the room. Good morning to you, Kai Chick. You are my friend and I appreciate you for stopping in the Lion's Den this morning. I see Monica Michelle Smith and Monica Smith, you got it on both channels. I see you, baby. Thank you for coming on in here this morning, and I appreciate you. Once more, and again, MCP 812, otherwise known as Two Tams in Discord. I see you in the Lion's Den, and thank you for coming on in the house. You're in the house. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe this is a beautiful day. The Rebel Inc. is here, y'all. The Rebel Inc. is in the Lion's Den, and she's doing what she does. She's taking care of this stream and taking care of spiritual thought leader. You know I appreciate you, sis, that she's all that in a bag of chips. Michelle Brownell is in the room. And listen, I'm going to talk about Michelle in just another hot second here. But Michelle Brownell, that's my quiet storm, y'all. She is it. And when I put my three mods together, I got Shelly Thunder is my prophetess. I got the Rebel Inc. And yes, the Rebel Inc. is my young faithful because she's faithful on every front. And I can just A to Z. That's my girl. Then I got my silent, quiet storm, Michelle Brown. Those are my moderators. Y'all give some mod love out there for these beautiful ladies because I mean to tell you, they take care of the Lion's Den. They keep it so we can roar up in here. And I appreciate every last one of them. And as I told y'all on yesterday, these girls are spiritual too. They don't just moderate for me. They're not just my mods, but these babies cover me. I appreciate that. They cover this stream. They are spiritual. They are inspirational. They are in tune. They have discernment. They don't play. And listen, y'all better not come up in the Lion's Den acting crazy. And you surely better not think you coming out to STL because this mod squad doesn't play. The Mod Squad is a holy hit crew, and they will get you up in the Lion's Den. You better pay attention. And I love every last one of them. Come on here. I appreciate. I'm coming on up. DJ The Force is in the room this morning. Come on here, DJ The Force. He is a streamer. I want you all to go out there and support him, follow him, and give him the love. Oh, I see the devil. Oh, I just looked up and I saw the devil just floating across the screen. DJ The Force is out here doing his thing, and I want y'all to support him. Please, please, please support him because, listen, I love this brother. He will bless your whole life. Mel Holiday, I don't know if I said good morning to you or not. I think I did, but listen, every time I see your name, I just feel like I want to say good morning to you again. Because listen, this is my baby that ain't got no act right. She ain't got no act right in her. So at the end of the day, speaking of no act right in her, I just want y'all to know, if you don't see Nancy Jackson in the stream, Nancy Jackson's lips got loose yesterday and she ended up in Facebook jail from, yes, this stream. She got to talking about Carl Rittenhouse and mother messed around and her lips got loose, or should I say her fingers got loose, and mother got to talking and Facebook put her in jail. So I'm gonna tell her she does have an account out here in Twitch. She gonna need to come in she need to come through another door because Facebook gonna keep putting the mother out. So nonetheless, if y'all don't see her this morning, that's because she didn't have no act right. She didn't have, we got to get some mail. We got to get some bail money together, Nathan Lamont. She's in jail. Her lips, hips, and fingertips are in jail. So listen, y'all pay attention out here in these streets because they will lock you up, especially in Facebook, y'all. So at the end of the day, I hope I got everybody. Let me come back and let me take another quick look. I appreciate you for coming in. As I said this morning, I want to get DJWildRoseOnyxHeart in here. She is also a streamer along with DJ Onyx Heart. They are all streamers. I want you to go out there and support them. Would you please? I love them. I love them. I love them. Now let me take a look over here and see what we got. I think I got everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody that's in my chat this morning. Let me come on down. Somebody may have come in while I was scrolling up. When I was scrolling up, you may have been coming down. So let me get one more look in here. All right, we good. Tell her to come over to Twitch. That's what I'm trying to tell her. She's made her account, but she doesn't know how to use it. So I'm going to have to educate her. I'm going to have to give her a little education. There she is. Top pumps, and she pumps tall. Tall pumps is in the house. Good morning to you, sis. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Come on in the Lion's Den and let's get busy. Bet not even the faithful lion will. They got Blocker on ministry, and it's a traveling ministry. Blocker, oh, they will. You bet, but don't try the sisters, because listen, they spiritual, but they don't play. They roar up in the Lion's Den. Let me tell you. Now let's get this party crack-a-lacking. Let's get this party started. You know how I like to do. I like to get my music going so we can get a little feel-good music rolling up in this house. And listen, I feel real good, and here we go. Let's get that music going. Now, let's just have a little chit chat about what happened while we slept and slobbered, y'all. Get your coffee cups out. Woo, listen, I'm gonna open this story a little differently today. We're gonna do this just a tad bit different. I'm gonna talk about some stories here on Halloween weekend. The NAACP has come out. The mods are the lanterns in the back. Come on here. They are. BTD mom. Oh, that's funny. Listen, but they got their eyes on you. We used to sing that song way back in the day. He got his eyes on you. My God, sitting in the kingdom, he got his eyes on you. My mods have their eyes on you, and you better act right, or they will take you out of here. That's all I know what to say. That's all I know. They will take you out, baby. Now, I see your coffee cup, Kim Possible. Royal Confessions, good morning, love. There's my iron. Come on in the room. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here on this Fresh Start Friday. Well, Fresh Start Friday is starting like this. The NAACP, y'all, has come out, and they are calling for all the members of the NBA, the WNBA, the NFL, the NHL, and the MLB. They got them all, y'all. They got them all. In a 2-page letter, they came out and said to the athletes, don't y'all take no contracts down in Texas, because Texas don't want to act right. They said Texas don't know how to act right. So y'all don't know how to act right. You don't get none of these brown and black bodies down in your... We just ain't gonna do it. They said no. NAACP said, listen, I want y'all to sit your lips, hips, and your fingertips down somewhere and listen. Now, I just want to say, if none of these athletes go down to Texas, and Texas can't get no good folk on their teams. Now, you talking about hitting folk in their pocketbook. Lord Jesus, I'm talking about getting in your pocketbook. Because who in the world now, let's just call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, some of the players that they need are in brown and black skin. Some of the positions they need to fill to be successful are in brown and black skin. I love it because basically the NAACP said, listen, if you gonna tell our players sit down and just shut up and play the game, if you gonna keep passing these crazy laws that disenfranchise brown and black bodies, if you gonna keep on treating us like we ain't nobody, we ain't coming to your state, the whole entire daggum state. We're not coming to your state to play. So at the end of the day, Rhonda, I know. I tell you what. I don't know. Dallas Cowboys, if they can't get no talent, they gonna be looking mighty sad. I'm just saying. If they can't get no talent, they gonna be looking mighty sad and mighty bad. So at the end of the day, I think this is an excellent tactic. I love it too, Nathan Lamont. I think this is an excellent tactic for them to say, okay, we find different ways to apply pressure. We can't always get you with head-on common sense kind of pressure, but it's more than one ways to skin a cat. So the NAACP is like, listen, we are asking everybody that's in a brown and black skinned body, y'all, let them come by with their contracts, let them come by with their asks, let them come by with their would you please, would you please. At the end of the day, don't take your lips, hips, or fingertips down there. Let them play with them same old broke down bodies they got down there, but we not taking any fresh talent, any new talent. You just ain't gonna get it. So now I'm gonna take good morning, Cassandra Isaiah. Good morning to you. Listen, I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Do you hear the words of Stacy? I thought it was brilliant. Good morning, Stacy, blessed one. Come on, this is a streamer. She will bless your whole life. I want you all to follow her and give her your support. I love this sister. Come on, thank you for coming in the Lions Den. Solidarity, BTD mom. And the issue's going to be if we can get the young talent, if we can get our young black talent to stand together in solidarity and nobody break the ranks and saying, they offer me X amount of dollars. And I wouldn't be so shocked or stunned, actually, if those Texas teams didn't start offering them a boatload of money to try and get talent to come and break the ranks of the solidarity. But I hope that money will not be more important to these individuals than standing in solidarity with the rest of our brothers and sisters and saying, hell no, we won't go. No, we won't go. We ain't going. We're not coming to Texas. Texas, we're not coming. And so at the end of the day, I just hope that really that we can get this support. And I think the NAACP, somebody was thinking about this thing. Somebody really thought about it. Yes, Mary, I said it. There's going to be somebody that's going to break the code. I hope not. And you're right, Tall Pumps. Often there is one. Is there one like altar call at the end of church service? Is there one? Often there is one that breaks the ranks, but I hope that we can. Come on, truck driver. I'm trying to tell you, it's a shifting. Look at the shifting. I think that the NAACP, whoever came up with this idea and said because at the end of the day, y'all, as the change is happening, change is really going to need to be precipitated in this country by hitting them in the pocketbook. They don't care about your humanity many times. They don't care about justice. They don't care about right and wrong. They do care about money. So at the end of the day, when you start hitting them in them pocketbooks, when you get down in that pocketbook, they start getting revelations. They start getting something down in their shondo says, maybe we need to think about this. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, Cassandra, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. And I'm loving it. So, as we are moving and as we are going, so that we can really, really, really change the atmosphere. And you know what? I feel like in their own way, the players have been trying out here in the sporting arena to make a difference. They have been trying to take a stand. They have been making statements. They have been giving back in the communities. They have really, really done well to take a stand and use their celebrity and use their gifts and their talents to really put pressure to make change in this country. I just think this is an additional idea on the part of the NAACP to tell our young talent, stop letting folks that don't care about you sop you up. And you say, how can you say that, spiritual thought leader, when you come out with these restrictive legislative actions, when you come out with this crazy stuff to disenfranchise people of color, when you come out with all of this crazy stuff that Texas has been doing, you're telling me you don't care about us. So if you don't care about us, we're not coming. I just think it's absolutely positive. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope once more and again that we're going to see the young folks really take them up on this and leave Texas flapping in the wind. with no new fresh talent. And I don't care what anybody says. Good morning, Mino 3782. That's my girl. There's my phone. That's my telephone directory. Y'all sing that telephone disconnect. Telephone directory is in the house. 1-800-STL-NEWS. Come on in here, girl. Now, I really, again, I applaud the NAACP because it's at least coming out in some ways to be creative. And, I had said some months back, where is the NAACP? Where is strategy? Because it seemed like on so many fronts, we've gotten into this, and whether NAACP, all of our other Black organizations, the Democratic Party, so many crickets, it's almost like the crickets have taken over the house. Like they have been fruitful and they have multiplied and they're everywhere. I am so glad. However, I want to give, and I do want to take the moment to give them props for coming up. Come on, if it worked back then with the bus boycott, it will work in these times, because at the end of the day, truck driver, anytime you hit them in their pocketbooks, I'm going to say that again. Anytime you hit them in their pocketbooks, because that bus boycott, when they shut the city down and folk wasn't getting on the bus, and I don't care how many miles I got to walk to work and then turn around and walk back home, the Blacks were carpooling as much as they could and picking folk up and taking them to and fro like a taxi service. They Ubered them all the way back in the day. Baby, when they realized that these folk ain't playing and they're not going to get on these buses and they have hit us in our pocketbooks, they will take another look. Or even when we talk about the trash strike, when the garbage collectors refused to collect their nasty garbage and they had to sit there in their own filth and smell their own trash. And this is the funny thing about that. Now, y'all think about this. They had enough of their own race to go out there and pick up their trash, but they was too trifling to do it because they felt like they were too good and too entitled. And this is, because I'm like, hey. So you would have thought if you had cared about yourself, you would have went out and picked up your own nasty trash, but you felt like you were too good for that. So you got trash just piling up on top of itself, piling up on top of you. Then all of a sudden you get a revelation. So, these are the things that we need to look at. How can we hit this racist, white supremacist majority where it makes them wake up and say, okay, we give Uncle, y'all remember we used to play that game, Uncle? Get somebody to cry uncle. That's what we're going to have to do. And so money always works. But again, I want to bring in that tactic that they used truck driver 57 when they left their garbage sitting out there in the middle of the street and let it pile up on them. All of a sudden they had another revelation. So we got to stand together as a village. Come on, Nathan Lamont. We got to stand together as a village and look at ways, look at means, and look at tactics that can allow us to move our agenda forward. And so once more, and again, I'm going to get out of here on this point, but I got to give it up for the NAACP, because when I saw that this was the strategy that they took with our young people, and this is the thing too, because we got to start getting our young people in a mindset that says we're not going to continue to play into the system. How can we disrupt it? And there has to be a disruption of the current system to continue to move forward with what's happening. But it is happening. But at the end of the day, your shoulder hurts from uncle. Still hurts from uncle. Some of these young folk don't know anything about uncle. They don't know anything about uncle. But listen, we got to play uncle with this white supremacist group and groups to get them to change their wicked ways, because otherwise they just don't care. But you got to make them feel some pain. And I'm not talking about physical pain, but I'm talking about when, again, the whole idea, we don't want to sit here in our filth. Please call them back so they can pick up my trash. Or we can't, the bus system cannot operate, and it's a huge hit on the city's income to not get that money from public transportation. And then that takes us to the conversation, and I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that on today, but I do want us to look at, there are a lot of people out here that are advocating that public transportation should be free. particularly since the proportion, the majority of the individuals that are using public transportation are often the people that can afford the least to pay. So, there are so many different agendas and so many different ideas out here on the agenda. Let me put it like that. One agenda is freedom, liberty, equality, justice for all. That's the one agenda. But so many different avenues that we're looking at. What can we do and how can we move and how can we maneuver? And so there is a call, just like free lunch system. If you make under a certain amount of money, your children are entitled to free lunch at the school. There should be an ability, because folk need to get back and forth to work. They still got to pay the rent. And listen, I think some of us need to wake up to the reality. We always think, oh, well, they work and they make enough money. There's a lot of people that we really need to wake up and recognize, the working poor. And they have pride. Don't just, we sometimes, if we're not careful, we'll start spewing and spouting some of that same bias that we hear mainstream white supremacy screaming. There are always some out there that may abuse the system, but don't automatically go to this position that the majority of the people, if we give them free transportation, then no, there's a lot of working class poor. They work hard every day and they really cannot afford it. Let those babies ride for free. So I think we need to come into some balance and bringing equity into our system in this country. And there's a lot of ways that we can do that, y'all. Just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Do what the NAACP did right here. It may be a little bit out of the box. It may be a little bit different, but we're going to keep on shifting this shift until it's completely shifted. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, I'm going to go back and do some cleanup. There's some stuff that I've had in my chat out here that I haven't talked on, and I want to go back and get it. One of these stories, for real. This is a story that came out. It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. As we talk about yesterday, we talked about the difference in the two justice systems, and we talked about how we get, as Black people and as young Black people, we get sentences that take us out for the rest of our lives. And then you got Carl Rittenhouse out here running around like nothing. And we got to pay attention. We got to pay attention. So I want to touch on this story. It was again yesterday or the day before. But y'all, anybody that goes out, I hope you all are going out to Discord, because I do put these stories out there. So those of you that want to go a little bit deeper in the story, you can do that. But I want to touch on this story that really touched my heart. Some of the stuff, and I want to bring this in today because it's happening. It is happening. Y'all see me looking a different way because I've re-established my studio, and the setup's a little different. So I'm getting acclimated to my own studio. But this story I do want to talk about. We've got a wrong that is being made right here recently, and I want us to really appreciate. Come on, where you at? I want us to appreciate that it's happening. The long and short of it, we had 4 Black men several years ago that were charged with the crime, thrown in jail, lock them up and throw away the key type scenario. Here it is. And I want to share this with you. This has been 70 years later. 70, you hear the words coming out. 70 years later. I'm looking, and I am looking at the change, trying to make some of this wrong right. The Groveland 4 Black men, they got rape convictions dismissed after. Now this, you check this out. Now y'all see them young men 70 years after their conviction. 70 years after the incident. And this is 4 men that were accused of rape. And you know the story, you know the drill. White woman screams rape, and we get the black brethren together, and y'all done looked at a white woman and put your hands on her, which at the end of the day was not the case. So as this story goes, the Groveland Four, actually only 3 of them, 70 years, Mel, 70 years. I know. And you know, while on the one hand, it's like, listen, 70 years is a long time, but at least, and this is something that we have to think about for those individuals and the families of those individuals, just to have them exonerated of these charges that they did not do. Now, this is the real kicker. There were 4 men that they nabbed, and one of them never even made it to the trial because they killed him dead in the street. Just killed him right there on the spot. And for anybody from my listening audience that doesn't understand and has not comprehended that we've had 2 justice systems in this country forever, and the justice system that we've had for black people has often been nothing more than a sham and a mockery. But the one, they just killed him dead in the street. The other 3, they did try them and convict them, but check this out. The sheriff, the law enforcement, the judge, and the prosecuting attorneys all guaranteed and assured the people that they would be convicted and tried and get the utmost in sentencing. Now, come on, y'all. How can you begin to play like there was any level? Of course, 70 years ago, whatever, 70 years ago, we know that this was not uncommon for people of color and black people to have to deal with when we encountered the law enforcement, when we encountered the judicial system, from the prosecutor right on up to the judge. When the judge tells the people, now this is just, listen, this is just, and this is why it's dastardly. It's dastardly. This is why I get really irritated when I continue to hear folks that say, oh, every time you turn around, black folks want to play the race card. Listen, folk. Listen, folk. We still have black and brown bodies that are in this 2 totally different justice system. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Get your coffee cup out. Because y'all know how we do it in here. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because we tell it like it DTIZ is. Hey, I see you, Disco there in 1966. He's a phenomenal streamer. Y'all follow this brother. He will bless your whole life. Now, listen, this is the thing, because we still have this same racist playing of games that still goes on to this day. So we gotta stop doing. Listen, Kai Chick, it just takes me out. Yeah, black folk always want to play the race card. Black folk always want to play the race card. Like y'all stop playing this game, and this race card is not being played. Every time you turn around, it's the race card. That y'all, and it ain't just a card, y'all playing the card in your game of racism. And then this is the thing that has changed. There was the day and the time when y'all wanted black folk to be quiet and just don't say nothing. Look, I still am talking about the time when not too many days ago, a black person couldn't look a white person in their eyeball. And if I look you in your face, I've done something wrong. I'm talking about in my lifetime. If I'm walking on the sidewalk in the deep South and other places, and I don't get off the sidewalk, I've done something wrong. Baby, we have come through that time. We have come through that season. Those days are over. Stick a fork in me because I'm done. You're not going to come through and I'm going to look you dead in your eyeballs while you're lying. Yes, I said it. While you are lying, I'm going to look you dead.
Why you always lying?
In your lying eyeballs. I'm going to look you dead in your lying eyeballs, and I'm going to refute that garbage that you just shoveled onto my plate and expected me to eat it. I'm going to shovel it right back to you. Yes, I am. Those days are over. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay, DJWildRoseOnyxHeart. Could it be? You asked for it, you got it, Toyota. Could it be? The devil. So the confusion ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. The confusion is that we are not willing to shut up and be silent anymore. And this is why, even my opening story, the NAACP is encouraging all young Black athletes, before you sign a living contract, before you do anything down here in Texas, just say, we ain't coming. We ain't coming. If you gonna treat us like we ain't nothing, if you gonna treat us like brown stuff, if you gonna think about us like we brown stuff, if you gonna just continue to mess on me and want me to eat it up like you just served me some filet mignon, we're not coming. We're not playing for your teams. So at the end of the day, I love it. I love it. When I get a chance, please watch the series on Netflix titled The Innocent Files. Y'all get this word from Disco Darren. Watch this on Netflix called The Innocent Files. The Innocent Files. So listen, I want y'all, thank you, Disco Darren, and I most definitely will, because that's the kind of stuff that I watch. Because I want to be aware of all of this. And listen, these days are over. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So I got to take my shades off, because I don't just throw shade, I shed light. I want us to come together and decide and purpose in our hearts. We're going to work together in solidarity, and all of this mess that we've been exposed to, and we've been not just exposed, but has been imposed upon us. We are taking a stand, and we're just not going to sit by quietly and take it. We shall not do it. This pride of lions, y'all ain't ready for me. This pride of lions is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. We just ain't going to do it. We're going to stand together. We're going to look at means and ways to change the atmosphere. And we're going to make it better, not just for my children and my children's children. I'm going to make it better for me. Shoot, I'm alive right now. Don't tell me what we want after I close my eyes in death. Baby, I'm going to get some of this myself. Oh, yeah, I want it for my kids. I want it for my grandkids. But listen, you see what I'm saying, Sheila Miles? The racist system is over. It's over, y'all. So as we get into, and it's happening, we're not the in crowd, we're the in crowd, because it's happening, I-N-G, it's happening, and you're going, this pride, P-R-I-D-E of lions is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. We're done with it. We're done with it. We're done with it. And it's not a matter of, I had a conversation yesterday with a dear white sister of mine, and we were going through some clergy material and doing some things ministerial related to ministerial working. And so at the end of the day, she said, I thought back in the 70s, and she's much older than I. She said, I thought back in the 70s when we were doing the marches and we were standing up for this and that and the other. And she's talking about locally here in Kansas City. I thought it was going to change. But then she said, when we showed up for that march, they had some of the same signs that they had during the 50s and 60s civil rights movements. And she said, and one lady said, I just brought the same sign. She said, literally, it was a sign that her mother had kept from the earlier civil rights marches. The same sign was still applicable in the 70s. And I told her, and those same signs can still be applied in 2021. Those same doggone signs. And this is where I'm saying we're at a point now where we're tired of carrying these signs, the same signs through generations, and we can still carry the same sign. No, ma'am, no, sir. Those days are over. We're ready for actual change. And so we're coming to the point where we're looking again, how can we disrupt? And I'm going to say it, disrupt the flow of the status quo with something different. And that's why I applaud the new strategy that the NAACP has come out with. Because, baby, it's going to hit folks in the pocketbooks. If we can get our young Black athletes to stand in solidarity and follow the agenda that's been put out there, hit them in their pocketbooks and we'll see something happen. I promise you. Promise you. Even right now, I've not talked about it this week, but y'all know Goodell, they got this big thing going because all of the racist material that they came up with, the one email that was uncovered, but y'all know it was many more than just one email. And so now they're investigating and they're blah, 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 blah. And so we had the one that came out and said, well, you know, I speak for all of the managers in the system and we all stand together and da, 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 da. And the one man came out and said, no, you ain't speaking for me because this needs to be investigated. They had one white brother that had the nerve and the courage to stand up and say, no, I don't stand with y'all. I don't stand with y'all. And you don't speak for me because this needs to be investigated and it's deeper than folks are wanting to say that it is. This is when I say we can applaud because, listen, there's somebody, I don't care if we just get one convert out of the other camp that we're dealing with. It's happening. It's happening. And we're going to keep on doing it, y'all. And I think going into the sporting arena is one of the best places to go. Now, so we got the rape convictions overturned for these babies after 40 years. And this is what I started to say. So what does that do for them after 70 years? And even for the one that's deceased, for their families and for everybody else that's had to walk under that cloud all this time? Please, I ain't mad at making it right for them. Now, this, oh my goodness, because it's happening. This is happening, y'all. I love this story because President Biden has gone to the nine. Let me see if I can find that real fast. They have decided that they need to go to the sororities and fraternities of the Black organizations. Good morning. Until next time, Mino, we love you. You get your rest on, baby. Get your rest on. I want us to understand. Let me go here. This is another change. I put some changes out here for us so we can have something to talk about this morning on how it's changing, because I want you to understand it is changing. Now, this joker right here, I'm just flash the headline for you and I'm gonna share the story. The police officer said he falsified the charges against Eric Garner after his death. Are we surprised?
Why you always lying?
The police officer admitted that he falsified the police documents on Eric Garner. And if you go back and read the story, it's out there, y'all. If you go back and read the story, basically every reason that he put in that police report was a bold-faced lie. Now, let me tell you why he went ahead and admitted to it. Because they had video footage that showed the man was lying. Yes, I falsified the documents. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Only after the video footage shows that the police report that we read and your accounting of how everything happened. And then then the Joker had nerve to say he didn't hear Eric Garner say he couldn't breathe. Eric Garner, with his final last breaths, Eric Garner said at least 11 times, "I can't breathe." And the Joker said he never heard Eric Garner say he couldn't breathe. Could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. So at the end of the day, beloved, I'm like, now looky here. Nathan, I can't even say that they believe the video. I can't say that. I think the reality of it is they were so backed into a corner like a crazed rat. They were so backed into the corner when they pulled that Joker's report out. Come on, Cassandra, ain't nothing but a liar. When they pulled the Joker's report out, and I'm surprised the report didn't mysteriously come up missing, because you know they got a good ability of making files disappear. They got a good ability of making accountings and details and documents just disappear when it's not working. Yes, King Coogee, sorry I got caught. I'm not sorry for what I did. And there you said it. Good morning, King Coogee. There's my sire. There's my king. And y'all please follow King Coogee. And you said it exactly right. He's sorry he got caught. That's what he's sorry for. He ain't sorry for what he did. He is not. And when you listen, the whole entire report was one big ball of huge lies. I mean, big fat whoppers. And when that Joker said he did not hear Eric Garner say, "I can't breathe," baby. Now we all, I doubt that there's any of us on here that didn't see that footage of Eric Garner. And again, this was over some cigarettes, selling individual cigarettes instead of packs of cigarettes. Cigarettes! This man lost his life over lying police officers. Lying police officers. Hateful police officers. Racist police officers. Yes, I said it. Oh, he can have all the seats, DJWildRoseOnyxHeart. He can have all the seats, because at the end of the day, sir, you ain't nothing but a liar. And listen, I got to take my shades off, because I don't just throw shade, I shed light. This is what we have to confront in our current system. We have got to confront. We stop with the few bad apples scenario. Stop. This is a history of a culture and an environment of thugs and gang activity from the police department that is targeting Black and brown bodies. I said it, and I said every word I meant. It's a gang culture within law enforcement targeting brown and Black bodies. And at the end of the day, whatever you got to say, whatever you got to put on that report, however way you got to get it up here, lie if you have to, drop a weapon and say they were armed if you have to, and don't play them police officers come up. I know police officers who carry an extra weapon on them to drop if they need to. Don't play. Stop playing this game of innocence and ignorance, because we know the deal. And this isn't the idea of something that folks are fabricating. This is stuff that really happens. And we know it happens. But we keep playing this game. We keep playing this footsie game. We keep playing this. Oh no, I don't want to believe. Not in my country, not in my city, not in my county, not in my state. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And I need y'all. Come on, y'all know how I do it over here. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black because we tell it like a T-I-Z tis. And for all of those that think it is not true, baby, what world and what reality have you been living in? Woo! Come on here. Let me come back and get some of these comments because Disco Darren, it's just a black man that they killed. It's no big deal, right? That's how law enforcement thinks. But let a black officer kill a wholesome white person and baby, there's going to be death in the pot. There's going to be death in the pot. And we have got to continue to call a spade a spade. This is the thing that I want us to understand. And listen, I recognize there is that place where we have a world that we want to see. We have a world that we're moving towards. And yes, it's happening. But in the meantime, the only way you can bring about and affect change is you got to deal with the reality of what's really going on. And so when I talk about listening and paying attention to what's going on out here in the streets, not for me to get discouraged, not for me to say it'll never happen, but for something down in my shondo, yes, I said it, stir something up down in your shondo that addresses the reality of what's going on, that says, no, we're not going out like this, and not on my watch. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. This ain't gonna fly. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. This ain't gonna fly. We're not going to just leave this out here floating in the wind, because we've had this all the way since we had the push of civil rights way back when. And what did I say just a few minutes ago? And y'all know I ain't lying. We could carry the same signage that they carried in the early civil rights movement. We could carry those same signs today and they would still be accurate. Something wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, y'all. Something's wrong. No, we're not going to continue down this pathway. We're going to put on some brakes. Skirt! We're going to put on some brakes and turn this thing around. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're turning this thing around, but we got to write the vision and make it plain first. We got to get people to understand exactly how things are working. We're going to continue, even as I shared on yesterday. I was so glad that our county prosecutor met with the Black clergy members here in our city. And we're going to continue to have that conversation. We're going to continue to have that relationship building. Why? Because we've got to talk about these things. We've got to talk about it with the people that can make the changes. We've got to continue to talk about it until the change continues, until we finally get to where we want to be in this system. We got to change this thing around, y'all. We got to change it around. And I'm so glad that we here at least have a prosecutor that has a conscience. And this is what we got to get more of in the system. We need folks that have a conscience, folks that feel something. And listen, when a police officer can write a whole slew of whopping lies, that ain't who we need on the police force. I don't care how many lie detector tests you take before you get on the force. That probably doesn't mean anything when once you get your lips, hips, and fingertips into a uniform, you can do whatever you doggone want to do. Houston, there is a problem. So when I read that story, I was like, listen, brother, you gets nothing from me. You gets nothing from me that you confessed after all of the documentation. Thank you for the biddies, BTD mom. I appreciate you. Only after all of the footage absolutely positively shows one thing.
Why you always lying?
Am I talking to anybody this morning? So come on, sit down, Mr. Officer, and shut up. We know you. And this is the thing that I want as well. We need justice to be enacted upon these lying police officers. You shouldn't just, and listen, we got 45 out here still lying. We got half of the folk that follow him, and they know they're lying. They're not confused on these points. They know they're lying. And they're committing crimes in the process. Jokers need to start going to jail. That's all I got to say about that. I need to see some hips. While y'all building all these bigger jail cells and while y'all building all these cells, you get your stuff, pack your bag, get you an orange jump seat, go on in there. Y'all remember Otis on the Andy Griffith show? Otis would walk into the jail. He'd say, "Hi, Andy." Otis would go get the keys, open up the jail cell door, close the door, sit himself down on the cot and lay his body down. That's what I need y'all to do. I need some Otises to happen in the house. Because y'all need to go sit your own self in jail. Ooh, I can't take it. I just can't take it. Now, before I got to that, I was looking at the White House has now decided to build bridges, and I hope this is successful. The White House has decided to build bridges, and let me keep track of the time because I want to get my sis in on time. The White House decided to build bridges with the Black community's most powerful groups. And as I told you, they are going to those in the fraternities and the sororities, and they're partnering with them and asking them to help them in the process of understanding things that need to change, what needs to happen, what all is going on in our communities. So this is the one thing I do want to say, and the one thing I'm going to give an appreciation for is that definitely, I don't think that's the only place to go, but I do understand that within the Black community, and particularly with those that have gone through education, our fraternities and our sororities are some strong brotherhoods and sisterhoods. They are. Ask anybody. Thank you for the biddies, BTD Mom. I appreciate you. I want us to understand that our sororities and our fraternities are very strong brotherhoods and sisterhoods. So at the end of the day, I like the idea. I think there are some other places they need to go, but I like the idea that they have brought in the 9. We have 9 Black sororities and fraternities in our country, Greek alphabet. So I like the idea that the White House has turned and said, let's sit down and have some conversation. I think that this is my concern there, and it's not that educated people should not be approached and talked to, but I also don't want us to play into, now I'm not knocking this at all. I think it's a good first start. Let me read Disco Darren. The bottom line is the new generation police officers are scary. Come on. And you're telling the truth about that. They have no street knowledge. And that's why they fear for their lives. Every time you turn around, they fear for their lives, Disco Darren. That's their infamous word. I feared for my life. I feared for my life. It was a Black man. I feared for my life. It was a little Black boy. I feared for my life. It's amazing. Greetings and salutations, Mish. Come on in the room, sis. This is another streamer. I want you to go out and support her. She cooks some fabulous meals. If you want to learn some good ideas of how to spice up your cuisine in your kitchen and your household, Mish will hook you up. Y'all go out there. Thank you for coming in. So listen, Stacy is my greeting committee. I appreciate her because she speaks to everybody. She loves on everybody going and coming. Girl, I appreciate you, Stacy 546. And that's just her personality. It really is. She loves on everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. Now, I appreciate the fact that they've gone to the Greek fraternities and sororities to sit down and have a conversation. Again, I think this is a good place to start. I do, because the sororities and fraternities, and if I have any sorors or any frat brothers in here, y'all, let me give a shout out for your sorority and your fraternity. If you're in here, give a shout out. But at the end of the day, they really do, of the ones that I know, they really do stand up for one another. They really do community projects. They really do try to go out and give back to the communities. I think this is wonderful. I ain't got no frats, no sorors. Okay. But At the same time, I also don't want us to minimize and forget about anybody that's just in the streets that may not be in that educational flow, that may not be somebody that went through college. There's still a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding that we can get from people that have not pledged. So I hope that, again, this is a great first start. I ain't got no pledges in here. Okay. It's a great first start, but don't let it be the end all. So conversations, I would love to be a fly on the wall to hear what those conversations sound like. I am hopeful that it's not going to turn into what I can do and what we can get done for our particular groups or whatever. I hope it doesn't. I hope that it's not anything that turns into, hey, Mish, tell me your pledge. I hope that it, come on, Zeta Phi Beta in the house. Come on, Zeta Phi Beta, come on here. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yes, they do. This is what I've seen more times than not. Bishop Ronald B. Andrews is in the room, y'all. That's my brother from another mother and Mr. Integrity. Good morning to you. Come on in the room, my brother. I do predominantly see Zeta Phi Beta, these sororities and fraternities are out here trying to give back into the community, and I think that's beautiful. And so kudos to the White House for sitting down and having these conversations. Kudos for really saying, okay, if you're going to deal with any group, and let me just throw this out here. Oh, come on. The VP is an AKA. Come on here. Come on. Alpha's in the room. I love, yes, she is. I knew that. Thank you. It just dawned on me what you were saying. Yes, Kamala is a AKA. So pink and green in the house. I look and I say, I want us to continue to give back. I want us to continue to look. And again, I'm going to say this with all sincerity. Even if you go in the church groups, it never ceases to amaze me how church groups will say, we're going to plan something for our young people. And there are no young people in the planning. That just takes me out. It just takes me out. And then you come with your church agenda of what you're getting ready to do for the young people, and you want the young people to be excited about it, but you had no young people in the planning of it, and the young people could care less about this youth program that y'all put together. Good morning, Barbara Hardy. There's my friend. Come on in the Lion's Den. I love you, sis. These are they. She is them. She's in the house. Now, and so this is the thing I want us to understand is that the thing that I'm applauding with the White House, bring some black folk in here if you want to understand the black condition and what you need to do for black folk in the community at this time in this season. Because y'all talking back and forth amongst yourselves without folk from the community that you're claiming to help. Baby, no ma'am, no sir. No, ma'am, no, sir. If you don't have the individuals that you are claiming to want to help, that you're claiming to want to give a better existence, that you're claiming you want to be there for, if they're not represented and there's no representative present from that community, you're lying to yourself. You're playing a game with yourself. So I'm telling you, this is the thing I want y'all to get in your shondo. Mike City, Mike City. Yeah. There's my guy. Y'all follow Mike City if you're not following him. And I appreciate you for being in the stream this morning. That's right. Bring some black people in there. That's what I'm talking about. Bring some black people in there when you're making decisions about black folk. And I'm going to say it once more and again. I know you were. That's my baby. I'm going to say it once more and again. Y'all stop trying to plan how you can help somebody, but you ain't got no representation from the folk you're claiming to help. Baby, you got a savior complex, or you're trying to impose and manipulate your will and your thought on some people. Because listen, if the people don't have a voice, if the people don't have a say so, if the people don't have an input, you are lying to yourself. Miss Sexy E, hey, Miss Sexy E is in the house. Oh, come on in here. I believe she's a streamer. I want y'all to follow her. I want y'all to appreciate her. And I surely want to say thank you for coming in the room this morning. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. Come on in here. So I'm glad that the White House invited our 9 into and are having conversations with our 9 Greek letter organizations. And so I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And one more time, I appreciate you, Mish Mish. I appreciate you for coming in. And you know, sometimes what I might do is have you come in, because sometimes people think, oh, pledging. And you hear all the negative, you hear about the hazing, you hear about this, you hear about that, you hear about the other. But as she said, Zeta Phi Beta is out here. Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated is in the house. They do a lot of good work. And listen, even as we're talking about changing the community, changing the atmosphere, maybe, just maybe, some of these good organizations that are out here in our Greek pledge communities, maybe we need to go to them and begin to say, let's have some conversations here. And how can we work together? How can we coordinate together? How can we come together to bring another reality to our city, to our county, to whatever level you want to take it to our state? Let's start figuring out ways that we got different agencies and organizations out here. Maybe we need to really, really rethink and revisit how we are utilizing our connectivity and our resources one with another. I mean, listen, when we start talking about this Pride Alliance is relentless and you're going to hear us roar, there's so many avenues that I feel like we really have available at our disposal, and we haven't even tapped it yet. We haven't even touched it. We haven't even looked at it as a viable option. But listen, when I got Zeta Phi Beta out here, when I got AKAs out here, I got the Alphas, when I look at all of these different organizations out here, and yes, they do what they do, but how often do we have communication from the community and try to get to know it? Again, they do more than hazing. That's what y'all hear about. That's what you get talked about. That's what folk want to say. But listen, as she said, they give back. They give back. They give back. And I want us to really, really, really start looking at what are the resources that we can connect together, that we can connect to one another to make this thing better. How about that? Now, hold on here. Hold on here. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to change gears quick, fast, and in a hurry, because look at here. Look at here. There she is, y'all. There she is. Now, I want to introduce this sister to you. And I'm really excited. I'm thrilled. I'm pleased. I'm tickled. I'm overjoyed. I'm trying to tell you, I feel good down in my shondo to have this sister with me on today. Now, I want you all to get a look at this sister, and I want you to appreciate her because she's made it. She's coming through, y'all. She's coming through. So let me just give you just a little bit of some intro here, and then we're going to have a conversation. This sister, in actuality, she was listening on last week to Crazy Berrytown, who was in here. And we had a conversation last week. And she whispered me and shared, as Crazy Berrytown was talking, she felt inspired to come in and share her testimony. We were talking about grief. We were talking about things that we've gone through. We're talking about, listen, in the Lions Den, we talk real talk. We are not out here just willy-nilly in the wind, but we talk real talk here in the Lions Den. That being said, I told her, hey, I'd love to have you come on in and share your testimony. So on this morning, I have DJ WildRoseOnyxHeart. and she's going to share with us this morning. I'm so glad to have you, DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart. Good morning to you, sis.
Good morning. Hi, guys. How are ya? Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine. Let me go over here to my chat and see how they're hearing you. And let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, sis, I appreciate you. I think everything's clear. I want to say welcome and thank you so much for being willing to come in and share some of your testimony with us. Come on, sis, take it away and just share with my people this morning.
Hey, okay. All right. No, like you were saying, spiritual thought leader, when I was listening to Crazy Berry Town and your show last week, I just felt like, there's a reason why I was there for that show. And in all honesty, I have been through a lot in my life. And yeah, I'm 36 years old. Okay. Let me kind of give a little bit from back history. When I was an infant, my biological father abused me and pretty much left me for dead. I had, when my aunt found me, I was minutes away from death for
Mm,
how bad the man abused me. He
mm,
left me with a skull fracture, cracked ribs. Either my left arm or my right arm was broken, or my left leg or right leg, but it was opposites. Um, Mind you, I was not even like 3, 4 months old when this happened. I had my brother, who was only a year older than me at the time. He was there. Nothing happened to him. So, in all honesty, I live with it every day, wondering why. Why did he do this to me?
mhm.
Is it because he didn't want to have a female child, or he only just wanted one child? It was just that it's that constant thought, why?
Yes.
And after that, um, of course, my brother were put into foster care for quite a long time until my mom was able to get a divorce from him. Luckily enough, he was put into jail and that was taken care of. So, I know he's out. I've seen him several times, even with DJWildRoseOnyxHeart. We could go out and about over to the mall since we live right around the corner from him. Um, we go to the casino, and it was just last week. We were over there having fun, and I seen him out of the corner of my eye, and I kind of went like this into DJ Onyx Heart, trying to hide myself and shield myself from this man because that fear is
Mm-hmm.
still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's embedded. And for people who have been abused, if you see your abuser, that fear is there automatic. It never goes away. And it's scary, honestly, because I have PTSD. I am also bipolar. I suffer from social anxiety because of just that situation alone.
Mm-hmm.
I've, for my grief factor, there's been a lot of grief in my life. I lost my brother at a young age after my mom got us back from um, being in foster care after the abuse situation. My mom had us back, I want to say maybe a year, 2 years, if that, and my brother was killed in a tragic accident in a cemetery. He was crushed by a tombstone.
Mm.
Now, I honestly don't remember any of this. I was 2, he was 3, but the stories are so vivid in my mind, I can actually picture them.
Mm-hmm.
So every time, I can envision that situation. And then after that, we were, bouncing between living with my aunts, living on our own. My mom was a single mom for quite a long time. And I've got to give my mom some serious credit. She
Mm-hmm.
struggled. She pulled 2 jobs, 3 jobs at a time, busting her rear just to try to keep a roof and food on the table for us both. My mom has an iron will, and I love that woman so much. Me and her have a bond like a mother-daughter should. Not like you were saying just on your show the other night, she's not my best friend. She is my mom. She's my mother. And, she's seen me go through so much in just that short period of time of my life. Now, my mom remarried when I was 10, and the
Mm-hmm.
man that she married became my father. He adopted me. He legally adopted me. And that man became my dad.
Awesome.
And he accepted my mom for who she was, including myself, and loved us both. I had that man all the way up until 2005. He had diabetes real bad. He had a couple back surgeries. And in 2005, his diabetes got the better of him. He got congestive heart failure, total kidney failure. Dialysis didn't work. His BP would totally bottom out every time they tried to put him on dialysis. Well, I was going to school for CNA classes. So I was literally taking care of my dad on his last moments,
Mm-hmm.
catheterizing, cleaning bed sores because he wasn't able to get out of bed,
Yes.
in and out of the hospital a lot because of, his health. Now, October 12th of 2005, I was sitting next to my dad at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
All I feel is this. And then hear the words, I love you all. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched him pass. So that took a toll on my grief factor and depression. Then from there, my dad was cremated. We brought him back here to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away in Georgia. After we buried him, there at the funeral, we had some family friends. Um, I don't know if anybody knows the song Daddy's Hands from Holly Dunn. I recited that entire song for my dad because, in all honesty, that was our song.
Yes.
Um, and let me tell you, I bawled like a baby because he was the father that I never had.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after that, I had gone through a 10-year marriage. Mind you, I got married in 2006. I
Mm-hmm.
was 20 years old. I got married pretty young for my first marriage. Now, when I did that, it was a mistake, I will admit, okay? But what came about from that relationship was not a mistake, and that was my 4 babies.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I said "had" is because of the fact that in the midst of that relationship, we had several dealings with CPS. Now, it was because of neighbors that they thought, please forgive me when I say it like this, spiritual thought leader, but they thought they were the holier than thou, I'm better than you people.
Mm-hmm.
And they would constantly call CPS on me and my kids and my ex-husband and his family because we were living with his parents at the time. Now, I would sit, there was a porch that I would be able to sit on, okay, and watch my kids play in the front yard. Well, they would constantly think that I wasn't there. So they would call and be like, well, these kids are outside playing unattended. Now, my kids were 3, 4, and 5, years old. I'd be sitting right there on the front porch in clear view
Mm-hmm.
of my children, but yet they would still call. So, third time, um, that had happened. CPS was called out, came in, they were getting ready to close the case, and my father-in-law decided to throw a book at one of my kids in front of the CPS worker.
Oh, wow.
Well, they told us, look, you got to move or we're taking your kids permanently. Well, me and my family, we moved to Georgia. CPS down there had to do a case. Well, when I moved back to Georgia, I had a friend at the time that, was helping me. Didn't realize when I left home to try to search for a job down there, she was beating my kids with a belt. CPS brought it to my attention and still took my kids. I fought for a year and a half to try to get them back. During that time, my ex-husband decided to tell me that he was only with me because of the fact of our children. He had no feelings for me anymore, that whole 9 yards.
Mm.
So, December, I want to say December 15th, um, we signed our rights away to our children, all of them.
Okay.
My youngest daughter was born in May of 2014, and right out of the hospital, she was snagged. I only had her 2 days.
Mm.
So, after all of that, I came back to Maryland. Um, a couple years after that, me and DJWildRoseOnyxHeart got together, and he's brought me a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So, in an all honesty, DJWildRoseOnyxHeart had become my guiding light, my guardian angel, in a matter
Mm.
of speaking.
Mm.
So, my darkness became light. And I'm still going every day. Yes, I do struggle. Yes, I do have, my moments. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know my 4 children are being taken care of. I still have contact with my youngest. She's blossoming, becoming a beautiful young lady. She is, oh my goodness, wait, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 6 years old now. My
Wow.
eldest is a teenager. I don't have any contact with my eldest 3. They are all separate. Actually, my older 3 are with one family. My youngest is with another. The family who actually take and had her as an not an adopted child, but a foster child. They actually did adopt her. So, but other than that, I mean, um, my darkness has become light. Yes, like I said, it still is a struggle every day,
Mm-hmm.
but I try, and the best way I can put it is, guys, there is a guiding light out there. I do get therapy, I do get, psychiatry help. So, but like you were saying, spiritual thought leader, there's people out there that struggle.
Yes.
And if they don't get the help they need, it does take a toll. And
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, for the longest time, I didn't want to get help. But then I finally opened up my eyes and realized with his help and several other people's help, saying, "Look, this is just going to keep getting worse if you don't get help." And
Mm-hmm.
so I did, and now I've found that, I've got, the issues that I have, the bipolar issues, anxiety issues, and I'm taking the medication for that. And, each and every day I take it day by day. I take it day by day. So,
Awesome.
and I know you got to wrap up.
Oh,
So,
no, 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 no. And you're fine. I just want to appreciate you for your transparency, and I also want to say, um, you're a victor. You're a victor. You are
exactly.
definitely
I
a
am a
tour.
victor.
And even in coming in to share with all of those that are here in the Lion's Den, and there's nothing but love. That's we're all about the love in the Lion's Den for you, and thank you for sharing. But I just want to applaud you for being courageous enough to walk through the process, to open your heart, because you still had to open your heart even to DJWildRoseOnyxHeart, and then to open your heart to yourself, to say, okay, I want to be the best version of me that I can be. Let's figure out the steps by which I need to do that, and then take action. Because there are a lot of people that, you can have loved ones that are there encouraging you. You can have all kinds of scenarios going on in the background, but until you as an individual say, these are the steps I'm going to take, and put some action to it, it just doesn't. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Exactly. Exactly. Until you can, say, "Hey, look, I've got a problem." Just like drug addicts, alcoholics, until they are able to admit, "Look, I've got an issue, I need to take care of it," it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
admit it, even to yourself. And once you're able to do it to yourself, then start taking those steps and getting the help that you need.
Yes. Yes.
So, and that's exactly what I had to do.
I love
And
it.
thank you guys for the love. I appreciate you all. And I thank you guys for allowing me to come on to the Lion's Den and, give my testimony and be able to tell you what I've gone through and then, the little steps that I had to take. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Much love.
Thank you. Hold on. I got Crazy Berrytown in here, who was really the impetus behind all of this in the conversation that we shared on last week. Crazy Berrytown, good morning to you. I saw LaWanda Baskerville come in. Somebody else snuck in on me. I hate when I miss calling names, but I just want to appreciate Crazy Berrytown. I'm telling you, Aguna Badger, that's my other
Oh, good
brother. I
night.
saw him come in. I just even want to say, so many times there is like a domino effect that happens when we get in our space. So just like Crazy Berrytown said something on last week that pricked you, and then you were pricked and said, "Hey," and you in inboxed and shared with me, and I was like, "Hey, let's do it." I want to say to you, you don't know who's going to be touched by what you shared today, because it's that
Exactly.
domino effect. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you.
And also, like DJ Onyx Heart had just typed into the chat, he's gone through a lot, in his past, and he's come through. That's why his nickname is Phoenix. You
Mm,
know, he's rose from the ashes,
out of
just
the
like
ashes.
Phoenix would have. So,
Yes.
you know,
That's why, what Phoenix is always. I
oh,
have an association in my heart to the Phoenix as well. So I think that's why we connect so well. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, if you don't mind, and if I ask something that you don't want to
please.
answer, you definitely by all means don't have to. But you were pricked and came in to share because you really resonated. It resonated with you.
Right.
Grief. Can you share, for some that may be experiencing areas of grief, can you share some of the ways that you have found as a helpful means of dealing with that grief?
Oh yeah, that's not a problem. Honestly, being able the real kicker for me that helped me out the most was being able to find someone to connect to that's gone through similar grief and be able to talk about it and to have that little support, even if it's just one person, that little bit of support started that help. And then being able to find other people that have gone through similar situations, or just having someone there to listen to you.
Yes.
That has been the biggest help for me, in all
Awesome.
honesty. And also, if you can, music. Music has been another huge help for me.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, DJ Wild Rose. um, being able to put my emotions into my music and play certain music, that has also been a huge help. So, you know, anything that can help you release that emotion, even if you got to be like on your own and just shelter yourself for a little bit, listen to some music and let yourself just cry for a few.
Mm-hmm.
That also helps. Guys, don't think that crying is a weakness. It is not. One thing that I learned in my therapy sessions, crying is not a weakness. It is a strength. It
Yes.
shows strength that you are able to release that emotion. I cry almost every night, guys,
Mm-hmm.
because of everything that I've been through. DJWildRoseOnyxHeart is always there. Reassure me, babe, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to get through this. We're going to be able to do things, and there are some times that I'm just like, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't push people away. That is one thing that I'm still working on. I do tend to push people away. And one of my biggest issues now, spiritual thought leader, is trying to get myself motivated again,
Okay.
because of the fact that I haven't been streaming. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't been doing my streams the way that I should. And this is one of the reasons why. It's because I started to do that push again.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ Onyx Heart was like, look, you need to get back out there. You got people who are pining for you. Him, you guys in the Lion's Den, the Force, Miss Sexy E, everybody is taking and pushing for me
Mm-hmm.
and wanting me to be out there with them
Mm-hmm.
on the Twitch streets streaming. So this Sunday, of course, I'm doing a Halloween raid train. Starting. Wait a minute. Is it 9 or 10? I think it's 10. He just told me. um, so at 10, we're kicking it off. I'm from 2 to 4. Thank you for DJ the Forest. He just messaged it in the chat. So at 10, we're starting. We're gonna have a blast. Some of the DJs are gonna dress up. I know I am. And we're gonna play some Halloween music, some dance music. It's open format. We're just gonna have a blast. So guys, please come out and join us. Starting at 10, if I'm not mistaken, DJ Onyx Heart is kicking that off. So,
Tell us more about your regular streaming time. Regularly.
um, what I'm gonna try to do, honestly, I think I have it written down here. Bear with me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, where'd that go? Was that my paper? I think that was my paper. Oh my goodness. Nope. I have it written down here somewhere. Okay. When I start getting back into the streaming, guys, Mondays are going to be a musical Monday mix. Then I'm going to do a country mix on Tuesdays. We're going to have wacky Wednesdays. I'm probably going to take off on Thursdays just to give myself that little bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fridays is love songs. Um, Saturday, I'm probably going to also do another little break. If not, it'll be like a pop up stream here and there. And then, of course, on Sundays, I am in Club Force Gospel Experience Ray Train. So,
Awesome. And what time zone are you on, DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart?
Eastern Standard.
You're in Eastern Standard. Okay. Thank you.
So, it'll probably be when I start again. My times are going to be shifting here and there until I can find a good set schedule for myself. So, I'm hoping to be able to do them like from 12 to 2 or 12 to 3. So that's hopefully when I'll be able to, start being able to get myself back into a regular set schedule. So I'm not clashing with DJ Onyx Heart in the evenings when he wants to be able to stream. So,
Cool, cool. One last question as we head out, and I
mhm,
thank you again for your desire to come on and coming in
not a
and sharing
problem.
with us. I because I really encourage, particularly when you experience so many traumas and such extensive traumas, I really encourage people toward professional help.
Yes.
And so I want to explore, did you feel any kind of resistance when the idea of professional help first came up for you, or were you completely open to it? And if you had resistance, can you share with us how you overcame or ways that you dealt with that resistance to go ahead and move forward?
Yes, I did have the resistance. It was more fear of opening up to someone else outside of people that I knew. Um, but once I started to sit back and think about it and be like, okay, look, Jamie, which is my real name, it's Jamie. I started to basically talk to myself
Mm-hmm.
and tell myself, look, you need to be able to open up to someone else who has a better understanding of the things that you're going through, the traumas, and to have them help you be able to see and grasp the entire situation as a whole. So, that basically started giving me the encouragement to start opening up to the idea of seeking professional help. So, in all honesty, it's not easy. It
Mm-hmm.
isn't. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like someone, like I said, who has an addiction. It's not easy to say to yourself, look, I've got a problem and I need to seek further help. And
And there's nothing wrong with having a problem. Let's just
right,
energy. There's no, we all have problems. There's nothing
exactly.
wrong with having a problem.
Exactly. There is nothing wrong with having a problem. It's just being able to admit it and seeking the help that you need to get yourself better.
Mm-hmm.
So basically get your shondo back to where it needs to be to get it to be accurate again.
Come on, come on. Uh, and I appreciate that. And then I really wanted to kind of close with that because I think so many times people may find themselves in situations, and the hardest movement can be toward professional help, and
Yes.
the support and the love from individuals, the support and care from our community. I really I appreciate you saying don't shut yourself off, stay connected, be connected. But then I also appreciate the fact that for many, that biggest step is actually going toward that professional help, and we'll almost shut down. It's like, oh, I got support from spiritual thought leader. Oh, I got support from the Lions Den. Oh, I got
Right.
support from this and that and that. But then at the end of the day, oh, but I need help from a therapist that's trained. We never oftentimes make that last step over there because there's just something about that is frightening to us more times than not. Or you come
Yes.
from churches where they almost teach you can't do it. Honey, God is a mind regulator. You better not go, and all of that kind of stuff. So
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. And, you bring up a valid point because a lot of people, religion wise, think, you know, doctors are evil people. They just want to, and I get that. I do. That's part of your religion. I don't have
yes.
anything against that. But if you need it, then you need it. It would be just like taking your child. Okay, put yourself in your child's shoes for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
If they need to go to the hospital because of a broken bone and you don't do it and be like, "Oh, God's gonna heal that for you."
Mm-hmm.
Think of that pain and anguish that poor child is going through, and really mentally, what's the word I'm looking for? Visualize it and feel that in your heart, in your chest, you know? It's a problem out there. It honestly is. And I just the biggest wish that I have is people would start waking up to realize there is help.
Mm-hmm. There
There is
is.
help out there.
There is.
And all you have to do is take the small steps to get there,
Yes.
even if they are baby steps. Because once you start taking them baby steps to get where you need to go, the horizon just grows.
Mm.
It just expands for you. And I'm one of them. I had to take those baby steps to work myself up into that. Granted, but I'm there. I am still in therapy till this day. I still see a therapist. I still see a psychiatrist. I've got medication that I'm on.
That's great.
It helps. It
Yes.
does. Some
Yes.
people don't want to be on medications, but with some of the issues that are out there, bipolar disorder, the anxiety disorders, these little things help. And it's nothing to be scared of.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you honestly really communicate with your provider and they actually listen to you, then you've got those stepping stones.
Awesome. Awesome. I see you, Cassandra. This has opened your heart, your mind, and your eyes, and you will seek your resources, support, and healing as you shift. Come on here. I love it. I love it. That's what
Awesome,
this is all
Cassandra.
about. That's what this is all
Awesome.
about. I saw you earlier, Mufasa, truck driver 557, stating that you have a hard time and you won't talk about your issues. And so we're just going to pray strength. And as you continue to move forward, because listen, we got to talk through it. Talking through it, you guys would be surprised how much healing comes when you release. It's almost like lancing a wound that it has gotten infection in it, or getting,
Exactly.
it's like you got to get all of that out and you got to lance it. And that cut, I think we're scared of the initial cut, but I'm telling you, that initial cut, once you release all of the infection and the pressure, the pain begins to subside and go away as it's healing and as it's cleansing first and healing. So I thank you for being transparent enough even to share that in the chat this morning, truck driver 57. And thank you again, because this again, as I said, it's almost like a domino effect. DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart. You heard Crazy Berrytown sharing last week. That domino fell and hit you. Then I hear Cassandra's responses. I'm sensitive to truck driver 57's responses and many more that may be out there
Yes.
as we're on our journey to shift and heal in our own individual areas. The testimony is just a blessing and an encouragement for others. Stay on your journey. Stay on your journey, and everybody's journey is different, but don't get off the path toward healing, because as she said, it's regardless of how you might need to take small steps, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, but do it. And anything, I want to give you one last before we close out, but anything else that you want to share with our viewing the Lion's Den before we close up for this Fresh Start Friday?
If anybody ever needs to talk, I'm home 24/7. Um, my Discord is always up. You can reach me through Spiritual Thought Leaders Discord. I'm in her Discord. My name is DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart. So you guys are, more than welcome to get in contact with me if you need someone to talk to. I'm always around. I do have Skype if that's going to be easier for you guys. You can come into my streams, leave me a message on Twitch. I'll get back in contact with you if you need someone to talk to. I am always there, and I will be that listening ear if you ever need it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. King Kuji, you said a mouthful. Sharing this story in itself is a remedy as well. And you're exactly
Exactly.
correct. You're exactly correct. And so with that, beloved, I want to say thank you so much for coming into the Lion's Den today. DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I want to put that disclaimer out there. We are not mental health professionals. We're not trying to give you therapy and counseling online. She just came in to share her experience, and hopefully you can get a takeaway here that blesses your life, that gives you some tools that you may not have had before to work with, or even just plant a seed that makes you think, that makes you stop and say, okay, I can do this. This is for encouragement. This is for uplift. This is to plant that thought in your mind spiritually. That's why I say it's a spiritual thought leader. I just want to lead you in the path of how you can develop and be on your journey through your spiritual development to go on to another level. Today, we got some seeds from DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart. She dropped some seeds out here, good seed. Please take it. Please nurture it. Please let it grow in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit. And listen, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, good stuff is coming out of here. Good stuff is coming out of here. King Kuji said, being able to tell your own story is always better than someone having to tell your story for you in the end. Get help, folks. Get help. And that's a beautiful, beautiful way to close us out today. I love y'all. I really, really do. Hey, there's Dr. Dady Priest. Come on in here. I appreciate you. We deconstructing walls. This is High Priestess right here. I want to say this. If you are not following, and I'm not just saying this lightly, y'all know I say it all the time, but even with regard, when we hear testimonies of victory like DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart, Crazy Berrytown that came in, when we are out here in this journey, Mike City, Shelby Nicole Cosplay, King Kuji, all of the others of you in here that are constantly dropping seed, even for the helpers, as well as those that are, or what I want to say, people that are in a helping capacity, as well as those that are just out there. I want to encourage you, as you develop yourself, as you develop more tools and hone your craft and who you are and your self-development towards being the best person that you can be, Dr. Dady Priest gives us tools for engagement. I want you all to check her out, because I'm telling you, she will bless your whole entire life. I guarantee you she will do it. So I want you all to go out there and please subscribe to her channel. She is a blessing, and she does speak life into you. So please follow Dr. Dady Priest. I call her the High Priestess, but I really appreciate her. She will bless you. Again, DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart, I love you. I appreciate you. For those that are in here, I want you all to ride this raid train over. I'll see you again at 2:00 for those that can come back. Let me put this in here one more time, because I got my girls, they're coming, and they plan on having fun with you for Halloween. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you, thank you, DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart, appreciate you. I want you all to go ahead and come back and see me. I want you to come back and see me at 2:00, because the girl's gonna be out here clowning for Halloween. Hey, thank you, Nancy Jackson, for following. I appreciate you. And you out of jail, girl? You out of jail? Because I knew they had thrown you in. They got your lips, hips, and your fingertips, and threw your tail in jail. But I see you done got out. Come back and see me at 2:00, y'all. The girls are gonna be in here with me at 2:00. We'll put on your Halloween costumes, put them on, come back, share the time of fun with us, because the Reboot girls, both Phoenix, Leor, and Shelly, they're just beautiful. Come on back at 2:00 and let's have some fun. I got 2 tambourines. Lord, I'm going all through. Now, we're getting ready to get out of here. And so let's go ahead and get ready to prepare our hearts to move. And here we go. Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. This has been another edition of Yes You O Cube with your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I appreciate you for coming in on today. DJ Wild Rose Onyx Heart, you blessed the house. Thank you so much for coming in. For everybody that heard something in that testimony that she shared on today, if your heart was pricked, listen, do the work. Get the help. Take the journey. Take that nesty plunge and you won't be disappointed, because the more you better yourself and the more you grow into who you were created to be, I promise you, the happier you will be. We won't forget this day for a long time because it was the day we saw Shelly Thunder dethroned. Just for a minute, y'all. Just for a minute. She's coming back, y'all. She's coming back. But we saw it. We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe our eyes had seen what they saw on the day. We were like, Lord Jesus, what just happened here? But yes, 2 tambourines came in and got Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now, I want y'all to follow me. Please follow me. I had to play with y'all on that one because I'm still trying to figure that one out. I want y'all to follow me because I'm out there, beloved. Thank you to everybody that came in here. Follow me because I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Anchor, Discord, Facebook. I'm out there. As Mike City said, I just might be in your house. And what's the mantra? I am all powerful in love. Yes, I am. I am all powerful in love. So I want you to understand that. Get it in. We're not just talking about change, but I want you to be the change. So come on here because it's us, you, me, we all. Now I'm going to do this. This might be a little bit out of order, but I'm going to do this because listen, Michelle Brownell, yes, that's my moderator. Michelle Brownell had the testimony this morning. This is one of the first times, y'all. This is one of the first times in 2 years, that she has not been in pain. And let me tell you how I feel about that. Hey, you better ask somebody. That's how we going out on this Friday. This is a fresh start Friday. And at the end of the day, when you've been in pain for 2 years, 2 years, and you can wake up and say, I woke up this morning without a pain in my body. You better ask somebody. That's how we going out of here today. That's how we going out of here today. And I want you, Michelle, miracles, signs, and wonders. Hey! I'm going to say it once more and again. Miracles, signs, and wonders. I heard somebody say, and suddenly we got miracles, signs, and wonders. That's it. One more time for the Holy Ghost. Miracles, signs, and wonders. If you need a miracle, if you need a sign, if you need a wonder, it's in the room. It's in the room. And suddenly, look at somebody and say, suddenly. Suddenly, hey, I feel something working in here. Stacy, bless one. Suddenly, I feel it. Suddenly, and suddenly, it's in the den. Come on here, Nathan Lamont. It's in the den. Miracles, signs, and wonders. That's how we're going out of here today. That's how we're giving God praise. That's how we're giving this Fresh Start Friday. That's how we're moving at the end of this stream, because pain is no more. Pain is gone. Pain is alleviated. Pain has to go. And suddenly, come on and talk to me. Miracles, signs, and wonders over your life. Come on here. Come on here. Come on here. Oh, y'all thought it was over, but I'm here to tell you, I am healed, Nathan Lamont. I am healed by the wound. I am healed by the wound in his side. I am healed. I am healed. You get a healing. 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 Miracles, signs, and wonders. Come on, sometimes you just gotta wait on it. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You mount up. Somebody today just needs to mount up. Somebody today just needs to mount up. With wings as an eagle, you shall run and not get weary. You shall too tired, but I need you to hear it today. Wait! Hey! Wait! Wait! I say, oh, the Lord! You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on. Come on. Everybody, I feel my cat help this time. I said, come on. Try. You got to keep on swinging the boat. You got the close one. Night number one. Come on.